What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin. This is really poor timing on my part because Christian Arroyo last night went 3 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a walk. But this conversation has still been brought up in almost every single one of my videos in the comment section. It's been brought up almost every single live stream that we've had, even before the call-ups happened. And I've been seeing this everywhere on Reddit and Twitter. So I figured this is a good time to have this conversation as to whether or not Christian Arroyo should be replaced on this team with the depth pieces that came up to replace him. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about whether or not the Red Sox should replace Arroyo, and we're going to talk about what are the options to replace him with. But before we get into that, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on these videos as it helps it out a ton. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you guys share it with a friend or family member who loves the Red Sox as much as you do, because there's a good chance they'll love it too. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Alright, so to first understand what's going on here, we got to give a little background story. For those of you who don't know, when Arroyo and Kike Hernandez went down with their various ailments, Jaren Duran and Ref Snyder were called up to fill those holes. Well, in their time here, they've done pretty impressive things to add value to this team. Whether it's run production from Durant or on-base percentage from Ref Snyder, both of them have had the ability to improve this Red Sox team in some way. And that is leading to the very justified conversations that are surrounding Christian Arroyo right now as to whether or not we should keep Ref Snyder and Durant on this team, because once Arroyo and Kike get back, one of these guys is an odd man out. You can't have all 4 of them on the team, which sucks, but someone's got to go. And I don't think that's going to be Kike Hernandez just because of the role he plays on this team. So that leaves you with one odd man out between the 3 of them. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to give you my case for each one of these guys to stay on this team, whether it's Durant, Arroyo, or Ref Snyder. So I want you guys in the comment section down below to listen to these arguments and let me know which one you think is going to be the odd man out, the guy that the Red Sox decide to send down.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The first option is Jaren Duran. This is another really impressive success story for the Boston Red Sox, because last year when he came up, he wasn't exactly lighting the world on fire, much like Franchy Cordero. However, this year is an entirely different story. He changed his approach to at-bats, he changed his approach at the plate, and now you can see that sort of leadoff hitter taking shape. He's hitting over 260 in his time up with the big leagues. He has 8 runs in 11 games. He has 2 RBIs and 3 walks. But the big thing with Durant, and the reason it's really hard to choose between these guys, is because Durant adds a versatility to this Red Sox lineup that the other 2 options just simply can't add, and that's speed. And you can tell how much a difference maker the speed factor is when you see Durant play in these games. Groundouts can turn to singles, singles to doubles, doubles to triples, and so on and so forth. You could start to see that every ground ball isn't going to be a double play. Those are big parts of this team. On top of that, Jaren Duran is currently hitting in front of 3 of the top 20 hitters in baseball, basically. That's a lot of RBI opportunities where they don't have to rocket a ball off the green monster. They just have to split one little gap and hit a double or even a long single, and Jaren Duran can score. That's huge for this Red Sox team. The one concern I have about Duran is his defense. Now, obviously, he's made strides defensively this year, and he looks a lot better than he did last year, but out of the 3 of these options, Duran is definitely still least effective on the field, and on top of that, he does still have options left. The other 2 would have to be DFA'd. Jaren Duran has options, so keep that in the back of your head. The second guy I want to talk about is Ref Snyder, and he's been a bit of a surprise for this Red Sox team. He's a bit of an MLB journeyman. He's had multiple stops throughout his 7-year career, but it looks like he may have found something here in Boston, because like Durant, when he took over for Arroyo, when Arroyo went down, he excelled. He is hitting over 400 with the Red Sox right now. And as much as people want to say that average isn't the best tool when you're looking at the contributions of a player, you can't really ignore a number like that. It's pretty damn good. And on top of that, Ref Snyder has excelled defensively for this Red Sox team. And I'm not just talking about the crazy diving catches that he's made or the jumping, leaping catches in center field that he's made. No, I'm talking about the little stuff, the doubles that turn into singles, the line drives that may have not been caught if either of these 2 options were out there that Ref Snyder can get to. And it's really really important, the value of a right-handed outfielder for this Red Sox team. And while some people may say that he's played infield in the past, which he has, I'm not going to say he hasn't, but I'm not going to say that he's played it enough to be a huge utility guy. He played second base, I think, a total of 13 games in his entire 7-year career, so I wouldn't exactly call him a utility player. Outfield utility for sure, but not that like super utility guy that we are going to get to in a second. My one concern with Ref Snyder though is his sustainability. Obviously, he's probably not going to hit 400 for the rest of the year, but when you look at his career numbers, his best season was when in 2016 with the Yankees, where he hit 250. Now 250 is not bad, but 250 isn't going to be a super valuable number when you're looking in terms of his power, in terms of what else he can bring to the table. It's really just that contact, getting on base, allowing other people, keeping the line moving, basically allowing the lineup to get to our big hitters. So that's my one main concern with Ref Snyder, is that he won't keep up this 400 average, and we could see it go way down at some point here. The last guy I want to talk about is Christian Arroyo. Like I said, he had a monster game when he came back last night. 3 for 3, a home run, 2 singles, and a walk. But the thing that really sets Christian Arroyo apart from the other two options here is his versatility. We know he can play all the infield positions, but you gotta give Christian Arroyo some credit here. 2 weeks before this season started, he was told that he's gonna be the starting second baseman for the Boston Red Sox this year. Literally days after that, Trevor Story signed, and now Christian Arroyo is told that, hey, if you want playing time, you're gonna have to learn to play major league caliber outfield defense, which he has only played once in high school. So for him to be able to go out there, and really he's a slightly below average defender right now in the outfield, is one of the most impressive things I've seen in baseball. It's a really hard transition to go from outfield to second base, or second base to third base, and Christian Arroyo gives you that. He can play every position now on the field besides catcher and pitcher. And when you're talking in terms of an entire season, a guy that can come in and fill those holes is vital to a team's success. Look at Brock Holt in 2018, right? He had that crazy postseason cycle, but I'm talking regular season. Brock Holt wasn't exactly lighting the world on fire, but what he was doing was allowing for these other guys to take rest days, giving the Red Sox a cushion if someone got hurt. And that is undeniably undervalued in terms of Red Sox baseball. The big thing for me with Christian Arroyo is that he prevents injuries as well. If a guy is trying to battle through something and there's no one really to replace him, he's going to continue battling because he knows that that's a thing. But if you've got Christian Arroyo on that bench, maybe he takes a couple of days off here. He rests himself a little bit, and that prevents a lot of our big guys from going on the IL. Regardless of how Christian Arroyo does at the plate, there is extreme value in his versatility. But I do have concerns as well with Christian Arroyo. The first being obviously his offensive production. Trending in the right direction as of last night, but still something that needs to be talked about because he got off to a really slow start for the Red Sox. Again, I think a lot of that has to do with having to learn an entirely new position. But anyways, my other concern with Christian Arroyo is definitely a more prominent concern, and that is that sometimes he can't stay on the field. As much as his versatility is invaluable to this team, if he's not on the field and he's continually on the DL, that adds very little value to this Red Sox club. So those are my 3 arguments for each of these guys. Let me know in the comments section down below which one you're choosing to head out of here. In my opinion, you want my answer? It's a really tough decision. Obviously, I'd love to have all 4 of them here, but what I'm gonna have to say is I'm gonna have to say Jaren Duran's the odd man out. Mostly because he has options. You don't have to go through DFA with Jaren Duran, and that's not saying that I don't think Jaren Duran is valuable to this Red Sox team. In fact, I think he's extremely valuable to this Red Sox team, and if he doesn't get traded at the deadline, he is the future of the Red Sox outfield. But at this particular moment, having Ref Snyder and Arroyo on this team allow you to highlight 3 separate players. Don't know what I mean? Well, Ref Snyder is a righty who mashes lefties, who plays really good defense in the outfield. You see where I'm going with this? Jackie Bradley Jr. is a great outfielder that mashes righties. Combine those two, you got a platoon. You got a great defense either way, guys that are really good at hitting their opposite hand, and you allow Christian Arroyo the ability to go back to what he does best. Be that super utility guy. Be that guy that fills holes, that helps prevent sinking ships. And I think you've got 3 really great talented players that can do that job really well. But again, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of my solution? What would your solution be? How are you going about this with Christian Arroyo back on the Red Sox? Let me know all your thoughts down below. As always, if you've made it to the end of this video, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like I said, we talk Red Sox content every single day, and you clearly enjoy the content, so you might as well subscribe. Also, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on these videos as well. Again, same kind of concept. You made it to the end here, you might as well hit that like button. And again, if you really enjoyed this video, make sure you share with a friend, a family member, someone who loves the Red Sox as much as you do, because there's a good chance they'll enjoy it too. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.